And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the ETBU Sportsnet. This is Kenneth the K-Rock Klein. Of course, you know that by now. Continuing our tradition here where we're interviewing athletes past and present, and we're also counting down our top 10 individual moments of the 2019-2020 season. We had a great moment at number 10. We're moving on to number 9, and we are pleased to be joined by Elisa Kendall, whose run in the ITA tournament during the fall semester was good enough to crack our top 10 list. We'll talk to her about that in just a moment. But first of all, Elisa, just kind of give us your whereabouts as far as where you're at and how you're handling all of this coronavirus stuff.
Well, so far I feel like I've been handling pretty well. I just started my job at the club last week, so I've been kind of getting back in the swing of things as far as like coaching and teaching and all that. And other than that, I've just been here at home. I'm with my folks, and we're just trying to stay safe and, make sure everybody's like doing okay. Because, staying at home, it can be sometimes tough on various people, just depending on like your personality and your interests and then your job. So it's just very important to like check on each other, like frequently, just to make sure everybody's doing okay. And I feel like we've been just taking care of each other through the whole thing.
Well, that's good to hear. Glad you're staying safe and glad you're handling yourself very well. So with that being said, let's get right into it. As I said, the number 9 moment, of course, your run in the ITA tournament this past fall semester. Now, obviously, for those of us, we might confuse tennis with it being just a spring sport because that's where you play your regular season. You also have your conference tournament and all that. But you also have a couple of events during the fall semester. And one of those, of course, was the ITA tournament as well, something that you were fortunate to win the previous year. But for those of us that probably don't quite understand, talk about the fall events and how that prepares you for at least the upcoming spring semester.
Well, I would say like for the fall semester, it's kind of a weird part of the year because it's just very short and there's only 4 weeks to prepare and like get ready for the big tournaments. Because we only have like 3 tournaments the whole fall semester, but each of them are very important and high stakes tournaments. So it's not like you can just go in there half prepared and just see what happens. Like it takes a lot of dedication and preparation to get ready for those. And, I've just been every summer, like I just go back home and ice rain and compete just to get ready for the fall season, just so I can go as deep as I can in these tournaments. And I feel like I've done pretty well this tournament, and I had a lot of tough matches because I had a really hard draw actually because I had to play a girl from Trinity, and then I had like a couple Southwestern girls to play, so they gave me a lot of good competition.
Yeah, looking at your tournament run, of course, I see that your first round matchup was a girl against UT Dallas. You came away with the wins there. You took care of 2 girls from Trinity, as you said, 2 straight sets as well. Then another sweep against one from Southwestern. You really, you had some tough matches, but I would say your first real test came in the semifinals against Samantha Wong from UT Dallas, where you won the first set, but then she kind of got the better of the second set. So that set you up for the third and super tiebreaker as well, which you were fortunate to come away with the win and all. So the more you go deeper into this kind of a tournament, does it kind of wear you down, to say the least, to the point where you kind of have to find it deep down within your side to try to continue on and to try to figure out a way to win?
Yeah, definitely. And like you practice and you get ready to compete in these tournaments, you like feel all ready and you're ready to go, and you've been preparing this whole time. But when you actually get into the tournament, it actually tests you a lot because not only do you have singles to compete in, you have doubles to do well in as well. And over time, like over those 3 days or so, it just kind of adds up. And at some point, like your body's tired, you're like mentally fatigued, and you just got to find it deep down. You need to keep going and not listen to your body, not let yourself quit.
Yeah. So obviously, of course, you're able to keep make it all the way to the finals this year. Unfortunately, not able to repeat as an ITA champion and all. But, of course, being an ITA champion from the previous year, you got to compete in the 2018 ITA national or regional tournament as well. So just kind of talk about that experience for you.
Well, that national tournament, that was in Rome, Georgia. So we just drove in the night before, and it was just the coaches and me. It was like a threesome thing. So we had like a really good road trip, and it was fun. And yeah, I played the qualifying match, and it just wasn't my best day, and it was just a really tough match. And like the girl I played, she was obviously really good as well. And even though I didn't get the result I wanted that day, we just focused on enjoying the experience and just having fun, being like, hey, at least we got to come here and have fun like this. So,
Yeah, absolutely. A great experience for you as well. So you had your ITA tournament. You're getting ready for your senior season here at ETBU, looking to make another run for a conference championship, if not maybe possibly another NCAA regionals. And still kind of a good start to say the least. But then all of a sudden, all of this breaks out, and you find out that your season has come to an abrupt end. Just the emotions or just the feelings that you were experiencing, because I know that for a lot of these athletes as well, especially the spring semester ones, they work so hard, and obviously to have all this kind of end. Just your thoughts and your feelings about having something that you were worked hard for come to an end because of something beyond your control.
yeah, right. And as you said, everything's just been so unpredictable because of all this COVID stuff. And whenever I heard that our season had been canceled, it was really kind of a shock to me. It just took a few days and weeks for it to sink in, because you're just looking forward to it. You're so prepared to competing in those big tournaments, and you just live for the competition. It's just you love taking it day by day and continuously improving, and your practice and just playing different people and being able to compete against their different styles. So it was definitely hard, but I'm glad we got another year of eligibility. So I'm just going to take that and just use it and do the best I can with it. I'm going to make it count.
Absolutely. Can't wait to see you on the tennis court as well. So let's kind of sort of talk about, your transition here. Like, you came up in 2017, your freshman season, and it was a really great time, because that year you were able to win the conference championship as well. So just kind of talk about, being on that team in 2017 that won the conference championship and an opportunity to compete in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, well, that year, 2017, we had like a really great team, and I could just feel the atmosphere with the group of girls I was with. Everybody was unified. Everybody wanted to take care of each other and help each other. And I really think that atmosphere like played a big part in us being able to win conference and go to nationals that year. And not only that, like not only were we unified in putting each other before ourselves, but we were cheering like every match we could. We were always yelling for the other person and trying to lift them up, because when you're out there on that court, it can sometimes feel like you're by yourself, but whenever you hear your teammates cheering for you, it can give you that extra boost of confidence and really make the difference in the end.
Absolutely. And of course, the players that you came up with as well, some of the strongest core group of women's tennis players, of course, Kate Bramlett, Tiffany Stankiewicz, Jabri McLean, Malika Sikio, just to name a few as well. How have they managed to make your transition to being a freshman player to all of a sudden you now are in the role of the leader, to say the least, not only with your play, but because you are, again, an upperclassman, to say the least? How have they made that transition for you so that way you can learn, take what they taught you or helped you out with, and translate into these new group of girls that are on the team or are coming in?
Mm-hmm. Well, when I was a freshman and when they were the seniors and all that, we all looked up to them and we trusted them to be the example. And they did a really good job at that. So I just had really good role models to look up to. And then a few years later, whenever I'm in their position, like I'm able to relay that example to the underclassmen and just basically everybody on the team, and just emulate that kind of personality and those character traits that we all want in a team captain or just upperclassmen or basically anyone on the team. So I basically had good role models to look up to, and I'm thankful for that.
Certainly. And You know, you've also picked up a lot of accolades along the way as well. This past season, of course, you were named the ASC Distinguished Athlete, the ASC Medal of Honor, the ITA West Region Most Improved Senior. That, along with plenty of Player of the Week honors, as well as all conference honors as well to your resume. So I know that maybe you're not necessarily playing for accolades and everything, considering that you're trying to help your team be the best that it can be, try to win as many matches as you can. But when you see your name, like when you see those awards on your resume, to say the least, what does that tell you as far as, you know, yourself and, you know, how much you've worked?
I mean, whenever I look at that and I see like, oh, I just got the Distinguished Star Athlete Award, and then just among other things, I'm just so amazed. Like, wow, I can't believe I did this. But I don't know. I guess it's just the attitude I've always had whenever I'm competing or whenever I'm in the classroom. Just whatever I do, I always try to be the best at everything I do. That's what I always strive for. And I really think that if you just focus on that alone, then everything else will fall into place and take care of itself. And I feel like that's what's really helped me excel over these last few years.
Absolutely. So one final question, obviously, of course, just talk about like any specific memory from your tennis time, or any specific memory from your time in ETBU as well, that you can remember, that you look back on and say that was a really happy and positive memory.
Well, there's I've obviously had a lot of them over these last 4 years, but two big ones really came to mind when you said that. And the first one was winning conference and being able to go to California for the national tournament. I mean, I felt like we had a great team that year. Like, everybody just got along. We all had fun wherever we went, and we just got to see new places and just have fun at the tournament, and then wherever else we went. And it was just a really great group of girls to be with, and it was just a great time. I mean, being in California alone is awesome, but when you got the great group of girls around you, it just makes it even better. And then secondly, whenever I won the ITA tournament in 2018, that was another one of the most happiest moments I've had on the team, because I mean, being unranked, unseeded, like, I just went in with low expectations of myself. Again, just go back to do the best you can, and then whatever happens, happens. And it just showed me, I feel like, how far I can really go, you know, if I just stay the course and just focus on continuous improvement.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations once again, Elisa, for cracking the top 10. And we look forward to hearing more from you. And hopefully you're staying safe out there in the midst of all of this.
All right, you too. Thank you so much.
All right, that's going to do it right now. That is Elisa Kendall. I'm Kenneth the K-Rock Klein. Stick around. Next time, we will unveil our number 8 moment on the top 10 2019-2020 individual moments.